Hi friends, today we'll study about the anatomy of esophagus. So, what is esophagus? Esophagus, it is a muscular tube extend from pharynx to stomach. It is a tube which is fully made up of muscles and it extend from pharynx to stomach. Pharynx is the site where the nasal cavity and oral cavity meets, and from there the esophagus extend to our stomach, and it is about 25 centimeter long. Esophagus is a tube which is 25 centimeter long, and it begins as continuation of pharynx at cricoid cartilage at the level of C6 vertebra. Esophagus, it begins from cricoid cartilage, which is a part of larynx, and it begins at C6 vertebra. In neck, if we see in neck, the esophagus is present in front of the vertebral column, and the side of the esophagus there is the lobes of the thyroid gland, and to the anterior side of the esophagus there is a trachea, which is a respiratory tube. Now we come to next point. In thorax, it passes downwards to left through superior and posterior mediastinum. As the esophagus passes in thorax, it will pass through superior and posterior mediastinum. Mediastinum is the space present between the two lungs, and before joining the stomach, it will pierce the diaphragm at the level of T10 vertebra, and the esophagus lies in midline, but it inclines to left side. As it pass in thorax, it will be inclined to left side, but we can say that esophagus lies in midline and slightly deviates to left side. Now we come to its relations in thoracic part. If we see anteriorly means front side, and posteriorly may behind. Anteriorly there will be a trachea, which is a tube, and left principal bronchus, branch of trachea only, which is present anteriorly to the esophagus, and a nerve which is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. One nerve will be present and one tube will be present, and it branch. Trachea, left principal bronchus, and left recurrent laryngeal nerve. These all will be present anteriorly to the esophagus. Posteriorly there will be a thoracic vertebra, thoracic duct, azygous vein, right posterior intercostal artery, and descending thoracic aorta. By seeing the diagram you can understand it well. So before study anatomy, you should take the diagram and study, then you can understand it well. Now, what are the relations in right and left side of the esophagus? In right side, if we'll see, there will be a mediastinal pleura. Mediastinal pleura is the covering of lung at the mediastinum side. Mediastinum side is the space present between the two lung. So when pleura come at the mediastinum side, it is known as the mediastinal pleura, and it is also present on right and left side both of the esophagus. So it will become in relations of right and left side, mediastinal pleura, and on the right side there will be a terminal part of azygous vein. On left side there will be a left subclavian artery, mediastinal pleura, aortic arch, and thoracic duct. Mediastinal pleura is same. It will present on both side, and terminal part of azygous vein will be on the right side of the esophagus. On left side there will be left subclavian artery, aortic arch, thoracic duct. So mediastinal pleura is the common, and rest all you can study. So now we move further. Now we come to esophageal constrictors, where the esophagus constrict. If we see, normally the esophagus has three autonomic and physiologic constrictors. The first constrictor site is the pharyngoesophageal junction. If you'll see in diagram, the pharyngoesophageal junction where the pharynx begins, where the esophagus begins from pharynx, that side will be called as pharyngoesophageal junction. There will be the junction of pharynx and esophagus. So there will be one constrictor, first constrictor, and it is 15 centimeter from the incisor teeth. Second constrictor will be there where the aortic arch and left bronchus crosses the esophagus anteriorly, where the aortic arch and the left bronchus, which is the branch of trachea, will cross the esophagus anteriorly. There will be the second constrictor, and it is 25 centimeter from the incisor teeth. The third constrictor will be at the site where the esophagus pass through diaphragm. Where the esophagus will pierce the diaphragm, there will be a third constrictors, and it will be 41 centimeter from the incisor teeth. The first constrictor site is the pharyngoesophageal junction. Second constrictor site where the aortic arch and the left bronchus passes anteriorly or crosses esophagus anteriorly, and the third constriction site is the esophagus where pierce the diaphragm. First constriction site will be 15 centimeter from incisor teeth. Second constrictor site will be 25 centimeter from incisor teeth, and the third constrictor site will be 41 centimeter from incisor teeth. So these all are the esophageal constrictors where the esophagus will constrict as the food pass into stomach. Now we come to the blood supply of esophagus. If we see the upper 1/3 part of the esophagus, it will be supplied by inferior thyroid artery, which will be supplying to the thyroid gland or thyroid cartilage. So it will be give a branch to esophagus. So upper 1/3 will be supplied by inferior thyroid artery, middle 1/3 will be supplied by the branch from descending thoracic aorta, and the lower 1/3 will be supplied by branches from left gastric artery. So these all are the blood supply to the esophagus. The lower 1/3 will be towards the esophagus, so it will be take branch from left gastric artery, and middle will be at the descending thoracic aorta, so it will take branch from descending thoracic aorta. Now we come to venous drainage. Upper 1/3 will be drain into inferior thyroid vein. As we see now in blood supply, their upper 1/3 is supplied by inferior thyroid artery. Same, the venous drainage will be inferior thyroid vein, upper 1/3, but the middle 1/3 will be drained by zygous vein, and the lower 1/3 will be drained by left gastric vein, as the blood supply also was same, left gastric artery, and just change left gastric vein. So upper 1/3 is drained by inferior thyroid vein, middle 1/3 azygous vein, and the lower 1/3 by left gastric vein. So this is the venous drainage where the veins will drain. Now we come to its lymphatic drainage. So this is the lymphatic drainage of esophagus. The upper 1/3 will be drained into deep cervical node. Just as I am going explaining, you see the diagram, you will know what I am telling. Upper 1/3 it will be drained into deep cervical node, you see in diagram, and the middle 1/3 into superior and posterior mediastinum, from where the esophagus inclines to left side. There it will be lymphatic drainage will be middle 1/3, and the lower 1/3 into celiac nodes.